Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So you guys saw me get these 3 set of elk, deer, moose, whatever you want to call them. This was a set of 3 I got weeks and weeks ago, and you're probably wondering why I haven't done them yet. For one, I do a lot of elk, but those are extras, so those don't count, which they get all lined up back there. Today, I'm going to do the 3, and I have waited till today for a very good reason. So I could not do this video until today. So now that I could do it today, you will find out that reason at the end of this video. So you might want to stick around because it's kind of exciting. So today, 2 of them, these 2 will be available as demos. Maybe, if I can part with them. I'm not sure yet. You might have to check the description box because I don't know if I'm going to get rid of them, but they're not done yet. This one is going with an order. So I'm not going to do this one for myself because I already know somebody wants the big one in blue. So I have chosen this blue. It's called Carolina Blue. She told me to pick whatever blue I wanted. So that's what I'm doing. And the reason I'm doing that one tonight, I'm not pouring these. It's very, very, very late at night. And I realize this one is 10 ounces and it's very deep. It's about 2 inches deep. I'm going to use deep pour on this because it is a special order and I'm not going to take a chance and ruin 10 ounces of my other resin. So I do want to get this one poured tonight. So I'm going to do that right now. But what I'm going to do with these 2, remember Renee brought me these 2 little guys? She dressed them all up, put hair on them, gave them little tattoos on bums. Well, we're going to do that because she gave me everything that I needed to do it. So she gave me some stickers, she gave me some lips, she gave me some sunglasses, and 4 colors of hair: black, blonde, brown, and red. So we are going to show you, I am going to show you how to do this, but I'm not going to use the unicorn. She likes to use the unicorn on hers, which is this glitter, one of mine. I chose for the little scarf around their neck 2 fabrics that I've had, and I color coordinated the fabrics. So this will be the scarf, and with this scarf, oops, I just turned my heat mat on. I'm going to use my cinnamon sticks. I think those will look fabulous together. And then with this scarf, so I'm going to have 2 girls, of course. I'm going to use my red wine because look at all the reds that come out of this pretty little scarf. So that's what I'm going to do for mine, but we're not going to do these until tomorrow, but for you in 5 seconds. So I'm also going to mix up some for the hands. Actually, we're going to do 2 pours since I am doing this tonight. No, I'm not, because that would be deep pour resin in there. So no, I'm not going to be doing that tonight. I will wait until I pour these 2. And today's hand drama is going to be the Unicorn Crystal White for the white, the lilac, glitter, and tropical oasis. So we're going to do those 3 tomorrow in the hands, but let me get 10 ounces mixed up of my deep pour, which is a 2-to-1 ratio. So let me do that, and I will come back and mix this in with you, get that poured and set aside, because that's going to take a couple of days. So as I was mixing it, I'm just like, you know what? It's only 6 more ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and pour these all tonight so I don't have to be thinking about it all night. I did 7 ounces of, was it B? 7 ounces of A, 3.5 ounces of B. So your deep pour is always 2-to-1, mostly 2-to-1. I think there's a piece of glitter in here. It's very, very thin, like water, so it doesn't overheat. I'm just going to add in my mica powders and pour this one in. I am going to kind of move him back out of the way until I can handle him. and get him moved over somewhere else to cure for a day or a couple days. It's going to take a couple days. So I think once he's set up and he's not squishy anymore, I will probably throw him on a heat mat so I can get her. She's been waiting for this order for a while. Barbara, this one's for you. I gotta do your other two still. I told her I couldn't do them till I did this video. Just in case something happens to my molds, I knew I wanted to do this video, so I had to put her off. So since I wasn't gonna make a big one and she wanted a big one, I'm gonna make her the big one during this video. It's not quite opaque enough for me. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. So the smallest one holds 2 ounces. The middle one holds 3.5 ounces, fluid ounces I'm speaking, not by weight. And the large one holds 10 ounces. So he's quite a bit bigger than the other ones. And I asked her if she wanted like the full works, the glasses, the hair, you know, the stickers, the everything, the scarf, and she said nope, she just wants a face. So that's pretty simple. That's pretty good right here. I'm just gonna let it sit for a second, see if anything surfaces that I didn't mix in. This is a really pretty color. Isn't that pretty? I love this color. I hope they like it. She told me to pick, so this is the one I picked because I have not used this in such a long time. Okay, so I'm going to spray a little alcohol down into him because of his eyes. I want to make sure the resin gets down there and in his eyes. I'm just going to squish it around. Hopefully it's down in the eyes. I don't know that it is, but it should be. I'm going to do a little in here. I don't know how many times I'll be using this 10-ounce mold unless people want to order it, but yeah, that's a lot of resin for a moose. I'm just gonna squish it in his eyes and make sure everything's okay. And it should be, like I said, this stuff is like water. You can use, we use these mostly on like river pours, river tables, charcuterie boards. Yeah, it just takes a little long because you're going deeper. You just don't want a flash cure. Hopefully I mixed up enough. All right, and then we're gonna do the antlers. I guess I could have done the antlers in my normal resin. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So those are going to take quite a while. And I overfilled it, of course. I'm going to try to dump a little bit out. That just makes more of a mess. Okay, now it's underfilled. I'll get it right. It's really late. Maybe I shouldn't do the other ones right now. I'm not going to overfill those because I don't know how they fit into the head when it's done. So I don't want them too thick and have to start trimming some off. All right, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I am going to set these aside so they don't get in the way since they're going to be here for a couple days. And I'm going to mix up 6 more ounces of my casting resin for the other 2 since I already have gloves on and I'm working, so let's get it done. It doesn't take that much work to mix up resin and throw a little glitter in there. Okay, that's good. I could put a little bit more up here. All right, probably a little too much, of course. That's good. I don't know if bubbles are going to settle under his chin. Most likely they will. Anytime you have these 3D molds and there's like a chin or something, bubbles just get stuck there and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. Hopefully there won't be many because of this watery type resin. Okay, let me get the other resin. I know I said I'm going to use my casting resin, but I'm actually using my fast cure, and I switched over to this one because it's really thick and I want it to hold the glitter. I never use my Elmer's glue trick to suspend glitter when I do the elks because I've done it a couple times and the eyes pop off every time. So it's like it's too thick to get down in there really well and a bubble will form. So I don't like to use the glue. So I don't do that with my glitter in there. I just pack it full of glitter in the thickest resin that I have, and the 4-hour fast cure is the thickest one that I have. So I've already mixed up the crystal white, the lilac, and the tropical oasis. I'm going to throw these in the hand mold. I just want to see where I want to put them. I'm trying to remember where I put the other colors. So I'm going to put the white over here. Maybe I'll just put it in a couple spots this time. Change it up a little bit. And then we're gonna put some lilac in here. We'll stick some on each side today. Won't be having any extras of these colors. I'm not sure. Well, I guess I did a good amount. Okay, now the tropical oasis. I love this. This glitter is so pretty. I'm gonna put some over here. So that was about 1.5 ounces for the hands today. I want to get this to the edge so you could see it. I'm getting to the point where I'm waiting for her son's ashes to show up because I'm getting to that point where I want that layer. So a couple more days and I'll just have to set it aside until I receive them. All right, so I think I'm going to do my cinnamon sticks for the big guy, only because it's a new glitter and I love it. So I want a whole bunch in there. I did spray him with mold release to help get it out and to preserve my molds. Not that I use them that often, but these get used a lot. I mean, I wore the one out. I had to get more. Okay, that one's good. I'm gonna spray it with alcohol to get into his eyes down there. Hopefully it gets in there. I think it did. All right, it's kind of hard to pour through that little tiny opening. They have this one closed at the bottom. So I usually just pour their head and then squish their eyes in and then pour the rest. This mold is a little bit different than the ones I'm normally using for them. Their antlers are a little bit different. So we'll see how he turns out. This one I said was 3.5 ounces. What I wanted to do was do their antlers a different color and I forgot. I made somebody a couple of these guys and I made their antlers brown and it looks really cute because it looked more natural. Maybe I can just add some brown mica powder to these. No, I'm not going to. Just because that one I won't be able to either. I don't have enough to do them both, so never mind. Next time I'll remember. This mold is much harder to get it into, I could tell you that right now. It's not quite as easy. There's like a lip on the edge. And again, I don't want to overfill this one because I'm not sure how it's going to fit into his head yet. So I'd rather be a little bit less. As I say, a little bit less. I add too much, oh my gosh. There we go. That worked out. I just scraped it right across the top. Got a little bit left over. I'll make something out of these. Maybe a keychain. I'm on this crazy keychain kick. All right, now I'm going to do the red wine. I'm going to dump a lot of red wine glitter in there. Nice and thick. This should be really pretty, especially in a new shiny mold. All right, let me spray it down. And pour it in. I didn't expect to have these guys done for the morning. I was going to pour them in the morning, so that's cool. Come on. All right. Now this one's even going to be harder to pour. There's just a tiny little hole. Gosh, I wonder why they made it like this. These things have been sitting here for weeks waiting to be done. I'm so excited I get to do them today. And you guys are probably all elked out, although a lot of you are making them. Again, wait for the end. You're going to want to hear what I have. All right. A little bit more in the body. And then I will find something to pour the extra into. And that is it for the night. I can't be the only one that pours resin at 1 a.m. Can I? No, you guys are watching me, so. Okay, that's it for now. All right, these two are cured. Let's start working on these guys while I'm still waiting for the big one to cure. So let's get them unmolded and completely finished off and see what we're working with this new mold. There's the little antlers. Let's get these out. These are the easy things to get out. Oh, that came out pretty. Really pretty. So the backs do need trimmed for sure before I put them on there. Let's get some soapy water. Try to help get these guys out of there. It definitely helps on this mold if you can get it down in there. Get some in this side. And then just wash off the soapy water when you're done. Oh, I did finish up the extras. I meant to show you that first, but now we're gonna have to wait. Here we go. There he is. Let me grab a paper towel, get him wiped down. So pretty. None of the glitter falls in that stuff in the 4-hour cure. Well, that looks more like a mousse to me than these ones. Their antlers are a little different. Really cute. Really cute. So, well, let me get this one undone. And then we will worry about finishing them off. Whoops, I love this new glitter. This cinnamon sticks, it's so pretty, especially for fall stuff coming up. Even though summer's not quite here yet, I'm already thinking of fall because it's my favorite holiday to decorate for. I wonder how that big one's gonna be getting out of the mold. Come on, I can't even get it down in his head. Come on. And the glitter stayed everywhere in this one too. So yeah, use your thickest resin when you're doing these guys. Then you don't have to add any Elmer's glue to hold the glitter in place. Come on. The eyes stayed good. Okay. This one needs, it shrunk a lot. I domed these well and this shrunk a lot. So I do have to trim. Look at how pretty that is. That is just gorgeous. There he is. I think I'm gonna finish him off before I glue the antlers on. So I'm just gonna take a knife carefully and trim this jagged edge off and then like file it down. It's like the bubbles, it seems, where they land and cure, and the bubbles get really jagged. Make sure they stand up straight or you'll have to do some more filing. He's almost top heavy. Not quite, but almost. Whoops, he is too. Their heads are almost too big for their bodies. Then I just take a file. Kind of like I do to my jewelry. That way nobody's getting cut on anything. It's still really jagged. You can use a deburring tool if you don't like knives. I just happen to not like deburring tools. I'm probably not using it right, but it tends to scratch what I'm doing where I don't want scratches. So I try not to use that unless I have to. That's better. And then let's do this one again. You almost have to dig out this piece here. I don't know why they made the mold like that with that split, but I don't think that that piece needs to be in here. I'm just gonna kind of dig it out. Now, the longer you let it cure, the harder it is to trim. I did not put these on the heat mat, so this was not, it's not 24 hours for sure. I did this at 1 o'clock in the morning and it is now 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's been, what, 10 hours and it's still hard to trim, but that's my 4-hour demold, so cure's pretty hard on it. Better, that's better. Did I dig that out? No, that one, I don't know why. Well, I guess to get it out of the mold, you need that split, but the other mold that I have was tailored a little differently where you didn't need that. Okay, now let me get these out of the way. We have to pick hair and lips and sunglasses. I wonder if sunglasses are gonna fit on this one. Let's check. I think the yellow, oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work for this guy. And for the red one, let me look at this. I gotta clean this off real quick. So for the red one, I think these glasses will go the best. Now you can either UV resin them on or E6000 glue. Let me see how they're gonna fit before I determine that. These will fit flat up against the eyes. What I think I'm gonna do is E6000 them on, and then when this is dry, I will go on and just go around that with some UV resin. So I'm just gonna throw this on here just to get them in place so I don't have to hold them. Being that I'm allergic to UV resin, I don't want anything to happen. So I'm just gonna let these dry for a little while. You might not even need it, but I don't know. I'm always over precautious. Get them on straight. I guess that would help Michelle. There we go. Super cute. I'm gonna do the same thing. His eyes are a little smaller. And probably should let that rest, but I'm not going to. All right, so we got lips. I've got red lips, blue, green, purple, pink, white, gold. What do we want? I think gold for this guy and white for this one. So I think I'll do the same thing. Little glue. That's so funny. It's so cute. Oh my God, I love it. And white one for this one. This has a really strong bond. This is what I use to put magnets on my magnets. There we go. I need to draw a little nose on him. Grab my pen. All right. I don't even know that he needs one, but I'm gonna do it. You probably can't even see it on that one. So cute. Yeah, you can't even see the nose on that one, so I'm not gonna worry about it. You could barely see it on the red one unless you're here in person. Okay, so next, let's cut some fabric. Put this away. Before I forget, let me show you the extras that came out absolutely gorgeous. I top coated everything in UV resin. I use this high viscosity UV resin, and it's so easy to top coat with it because it won't go over the edges unless you absolutely try to. 2 pendants. So pretty. I just love this glitter. This one I took an open bezel. I put white UV resin in there. Top coated everything with clear UV resin. I see a little piece of white I need to get off. Oh, maybe not. That's part of it. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I need to fix that one up. I think I got UV resin right there. But that's really pretty. This one I took a little bit of both. So this has both extra glitters in. I just scraped the cup and that came out gorgeous. I almost might keep this one myself. And then I did one keychain. And I put the same charm in on top as I did in the keychain. So there's those. All right, let's see. We want to, she gave me some of these little tiny stickers, but I'm not sure the blue and the pink are gonna go. Maybe I'll do the blue one on this one. Little tiny sticker. Just to give them some pizzazz. Barely can see it, but it's there. Maybe I'll see what I have in my stash. I don't know if I have anything that small. And this one I'm probably not gonna do because you might not see it. Well, let's try a pink one. We'll do a big one. I'm gonna grab some tweezers to help place it. Oh yeah, you could see it. A little rebel. Okay, now we're gonna cut some fabric. So I'm just gonna take like a strip off of this. I see the whole thing doesn't have these. So I'm just gonna start from here and cut me a little strip for a scarf. I really don't know how long, but we can always trim it. Long enough to go around his neck. Her neck, sorry, her neck. Fancy little guy, little girl. I don't know why I keep saying that. Probably because I just assume moose are guys, but I could be wrong. The antler thing gets me. I'm gonna just tie this around her neck and then we're gonna add some hair. Let me trim it. It was a little too long. So cute, so cute. She had such a good idea when she made these little guys. Getting there, we're getting there. All right, that doesn't want to move. Let me cut a piece of fabric for this one. This one needed to be a little longer. He's got a thicker neck. Oh, I need to trim this up. Got some loose strings. We're gonna get it around her neck. There's so many directions you can go with these. Oops, I want to put a knot in there so it doesn't get loose, and then I'll trim it up. Lots of strings on this one. So adorable. Wow, this one is really stringy. Yeah, I'm gonna slice the bottom, kind of at an angle. I'll trim the rest of that up for its final pictures. You got the idea. And then for the hair, so I'm gonna use UV resin, I think. But what color is the question? So I'm going to use, maybe I'll use blonde for that one. and black for that one. I need to get gloves on. Actually, I'm thinking these need to go on first. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I think I'm gonna glue these on and let it set before I start messing with the hair. Otherwise, I may be covering up the hole that we need. So this shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna glue these on. I need to trim this one first. It's got a pretty sharp edge on the back. File it down. And then we're gonna glue it on. And then I will come back as soon as this glue is set and we don't need to worry about them moving. Okay, so what I did, I took some UV resin. I'm gonna do it on this one for you. I took some UV resin. Oops, let me get that off, whatever that is. Little string or something. And I just went right behind the antlers and right in front of the antlers with my high viscosity so it doesn't move while I'm getting it. And I'm just kind of dotting where I want it to stay. So I went behind the antlers, in front of the antlers, and then on the eyes attaching to the glasses, so the UV resin touches both. And then I did on the lips, around the lips, where it would touch the resin and the lips, and that held everything in place on that one. So that's what I'm going to do on this one. I'm just going to go in the front here. And then on the eye and the glasses to give it a nice bond. And get that set pretty well. And then we can mess around with the hair without worrying about anything falling off. And we can resin some hair right to those antlers, right down the center if I need to. So let me get this one finished and then we will finish the hair. And these should be finished and then I can make my announcement. I'm so excited to make. So you can see right there is a dot. Right here is a dot, and then up on the eyes and the glasses, holding them on. And then I put a little bit underneath the lips and a little bit inside the lips where it's touching the red. So everything is secured. Okay, now this is the first time I'm doing the hair, so bear with me. These are curly hair pieces. And you just basically cut them how you want them. Long hair, short hair. You could fluff them out if you want to. Make it frizzy. And I think what I'm gonna do with some tweezers, I really need to go get gloves on before I do this. I'm just going to UV resin. I'm gonna put some UV resin down here and then place the hair after I get it cut the way I want. And hold it in place like that. I'm just gonna This is so funny. I didn't even know they made such a thing. Like, I'm gonna give this one some long hair. Okay, let me grab some gloves. All right, that's better. So what I'm gonna do, find the center, try to twist it together a little bit. I'm gonna throw some high viscosity on. Again, if it's too runny, it's just gonna drain everywhere. I'm gonna kind of put it right down the center of his head. I'm gonna place this on there and hold it down with something. Take my little flashlight here until it sets. It's stuck to there, okay. Shouldn't take long. Yep, that's it. And you can put on as much or as little as you want. You don't need much, just a couple little strands, depending on how much hair you want them to have. I'm gonna put another one on. I just kind of fluff it out because I don't like it so fake curly, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna throw a little bit of resin right there on the top. Whoops. And you don't need a lot holding because this is really one string of hair. Whoop. I guess you have to hold it while you cure it. It's just curing my stick to it too. Gotta peel my stick out without ruining anything. That's pretty solid. What do you think? She's got some long locks, and you could trim them, obviously. Maybe I'll trim them up a little bit, a little too long. Give her a haircut already, her first haircut. There she is. What do you think? You could have it hang over her antlers. However you like. This one, because I wear my hair in a ponytail more than I don't, that's how I'm gonna do that. All right, let's do this one with some blonde hair. Just cut off some. I think the best way, maybe, seeing that this is my first time, is get all of it that you want so you don't have a bunch of layers of resin. Let's get it puffed out a little bit. Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a hairdresser. Maybe a little bit more. It looks a little scarce. That looks a little better. Little black thing in there. Hopefully they're all combined. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Okay. Little resin. And the light. Certainly doesn't take long. That's it. What do you think? Are they adorable or what? She's gonna have long hair. I should have made that one have a little bit of bangs or something on the front. You could use all these little scraps. Have it come down in the front like that. I don't know. You could play with it. Maybe I'll put one more piece up there. Cover that little piece of resin. The possibilities are endless, you guys. Whoops, there we go. A little more full on the top. What do you think? I'm not going to do that to the blue one, so there we go. The final product. Can you see the hair? Ooh, needs to settle down a little bit. And then this one, so cute. So cute. All right, let me clean this up and I'm gonna tell you what I have for you. All right, everything's cleaned up so I can concentrate. So in the description below, linked is, and this is why it's taken me so long to do, I ordered 40 molds and it took me forever to get them in. So I ordered 40 molds. I made 40 gift bags. And what comes in the gift bag is one mold that you could use at least 20 times before it gets dull. I have a variety of sunglasses for everybody, multiple lips in different colors, including the red. I have colors of the hair in all colors for every bag. So there's 4 color hairs in each bag, plenty of hair to do as many as you need. I purchased 3 different fabrics for scarf ideas. I purchased like 8 different kinds of stickers. So you don't have to just use one kind. I have 8 different kinds, from patriotic to butterflies to like hearts. There's all different kinds of stickers, plenty of stickers, probably more stickers than you're gonna need. And what I did was I color coordinated with 3 of my glitters from my store with the fabrics that I bought. So you have 3 different glitters. Now there's going to be an element of surprise. I'm not going to show you everything because there's an element of surprise in the bag. So 3 glitters. You're going to get 3 pieces of fabric, enough to do plenty of scarves if you want. 4 different color hairs, multiple different kinds of glasses, several different lips, and the mold. So that is linked in the box, description box if you want them. I only have 40 of them. It took me long enough to do the 40. So those are ready to go out, you guys. If you are interested in making these little things, this was all Renee's idea. She gave me these and she's like, you should sell the package. And I'm like, wow, what a great idea. That is a great idea. So all the credit goes to you, Renee, for starting that project. It did take me about a month to do it, but I finally got everything in. I finally packaged all the glitter last night. Everything is labeled. And yeah, that's my big announcement for the day. So I hope you have fun with them, the 40 of you that do want them. And I will get this big blue guy out. I'm not going to unmold him on here. It's just unmolding and putting a face on. So I will have him in the final pictures if it can get him unmolded fast enough to get this video out on time. And that's it for today, you guys. I hope you like your surprise. I hope all of you who get it have fun with it. And please put your pictures of them on my Facebook group so everybody can see what you're making. All right, you guys, I will see you all tomorrow with something else that's fun. And you guys all have a blessed day. Bye.